So at this point, you may be wondering, if I played this game back in 2021, why in the world did it take me over 3 years to post these videos? It's not like the editing is all that good or complicated or anything. Shut up, I'm learning, okay? Well, the reason is this. I lost the footage. That's right, I just don't have the footage of my original Elite Four run of this Nuzlocke. I've looked everywhere for it, and I just don't have it. Between that and life getting a little insane since 2021, I've just kept putting off this project, but not anymore. So, what am I going to do about that lost footage, you might be asking? Great question. You are so smart and brave and sexy for asking. I still have the completed save file, and I have footage from my follow-up playthrough of Blue, which I've lost a lot of footage from, so that's going to be fun to edit. So I can say with confidence, spoiler alert, that no one from my team died during the Elite Four attempt in this game. So today, I'll be going through the save file and fighting the Elite Four again, just for completion's sake, and to have some footage to show you folks. I don't have any of my witty commentary from the first run, obviously, and if there were any close calls or near misses, I don't have that either. But what I do have is this, the end of my Red Nuzlocke. Enjoy! Okay, it is September 16th, 2024, and here I am re-recording the end of my Red Nuzlocke. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is in this save file, I have in fact beaten the Elite Four once. You can see I actually have Pokemon League Hall of Fame data. So here's the team I used to beat the Elite Four. We've got Lemonium, the Magneton. Renamed that Nidoran female to Paradise from Birdo Parade, trained her up. Dahlia, the Lapras that I picked up from Silphco, of course. Good ol' Amaranth, the Parasect, that surprised even me, considering how many comments I made earlier in the Nuzlocke about how I had no intention of taking a Parasect to the Elite Four. Tithonia, the Aerodactyl, the last-minute addition to my party. And Genista, the Dragonite. So, I don't remember my exact reasoning for picking these guys up for my final team. Lemonium, obviously, you gotta have a good electric type for this Elite Four. They come in clutch against Lorelei, obviously, against many of Lance's Pokemon, and against that stupid cheating Gyarados that Blue has. So I think I went with Magneton, because there just aren't really a dearth of good electric types in Generation 1. I really like Nidoqueen and Nidoking. I'm not sure why I decided to go exactly with a Nidoqueen for Red. I probably wanted a ground type because, you know, Dugtrio somehow died. I've got Earthquake, Double Kick, Rock Slide, and Blizzard. I've always liked how versatile the Nidos are. They're fun. Dahlia seems to be my HM slave, unfortunately. I've got, of course, the ever-useful Ice Beam on her, but I've also got Psychic. Amaranth, I think, is entirely because of how scared I was of Blue's Alakazam. So I've got the ever-important Leech Life, I've got Mega Drain. I needed a Pokemon that could fly. Aerodactyl can fly, but also Rock type is actually very good for this Elite Four as well. But I've got Hyper Beam, I've got Fire Blast, wow, and I've got Wing Attack, no Rock Slide, interesting. And of course, Genista. I wouldn't have even had to use Aerodactyl if Genista could just learn Fly, but this is another utility mon. I've got Ice Beam on them, I've got Hyper Beam, Thunder, and of course Surf. So what I'm going to do now is go fight the Elite Four. Obviously, I won't have any trouble this time on because I've already beaten the Elite Four once with this team. So if there were any near misses the first time, or if there were any, you know, like critical hit moments, I won't know. But here we go. Gonna go ahead and just start. Here's Lorelei. Out of the Elite Four, probably in all the games actually, she's my favorite. I really like ice types. I really like just her entire aesthetic. Lorelei's cool. She actually uses almost solely ice types. I think she's got a slow, but yeah, unfortunately now my Pokemon are over-leveled for this. So of course I don't remember my mindset for 2021. I can't give the same kind of commentary or, you know, all of the extremely witty and powerful jokes that you guys are surely used to from me by now. But I'm also gonna have to try really hard not to talk about future parts of the Nuzlocke that are passed to me, but not for anyone else, because I'm the only one that has actually seen... I should have gone with Mega Drain. But I can say with confidence, I did complete my blue Nuzlocke. I unfortunately lost a ton of footage from that too. So that's gonna be fun to edit. I completed yellow, and I had started on gold before I dropped the project 2 years ago in 2022, but now I'm getting back to it. Here's hoping I stick through and actually complete gold and silver and crystal. I'm trying to think like I would have back in 2021, but the other part of this puzzle is that at the time I was playing it in 2021, I was working at a job that I did not at the time realize was going to be... That did a lot. Oh right, it's super effective. Okay. I was actually a little worried there for a second. Okay. Yeah, the job I was at the time was not good, but when I was playing red, I was still really optimistic about it. So... in particular in the blue Nuzlocke, you can really hear in my voice how tired and done and frustrated I am. So I don't want to put myself back into the same mindset from 2021 as when I was playing through this game, because, no, I don't want to do that. So that was Lorelei down. Bruno's up next. He leads with a fighting type, so I'm going to put Tithonia up front. I think he leads with a fighting type. Despite there being a surprising number of fighting types in this gen, he doesn't use that many. So he really could have had an entire team of fighting types and no Onyxes. But I also think back in Gen 1, they weren't quite... I don't know, they didn't quite have the concept for monotypes. Like, Bruno says he's the fighting master, but it's more like he's a trainer... Oh, he led with an Onyx. Boo! It's more like he's a trainer that has trained up in the mountains, so of course he'd have Onyxes. Lorelei being mostly ice with a Slowbro probably just means she hung out in the Seafoam Islands a lot. Stuff like that. That's my theory behind Koga's gym. It's supposed to be full of ninjas, and maybe all those jugglers, maybe that's just a front and they are ninjas. But I don't know, there was a certain vibe they were going for that was less, we're using solely poison types and more like beast tamers and things hung out there, if that makes any sense. It's only incidental that, for example, Erica's gym was just full of people using grass types. It was more like that's the vibe of the type of people that hang out in Erica's gym. They only use grass types because they like flowers and plants and things. So it being a grass gym was incidental. Or like in Brock's gym, one of his junior trainers had a sand shrew and not a rock type, even though they could have. And that's just because the vibe of the people that hang out in his gym are like campers. So that's my running theory behind Gen 1. They hadn't quite figured out the monotype thing. Oh, you almost did a one-hit. I gave this game a lot of shit during the actual playthrough about like, why would there be a ghost master? There's only 3 ghosts and they're all the same line. But it's like, she's more like dark, creepy witch vibes. So yeah, of course she's got an Arbok. It's less that she's a ghost-type master and more like she just has a lot of creepy Pokemon. All that is to say, I appreciate Bruno. I think he's a cool guy. I've always liked his aesthetic as well. I also really like Agatha a lot. Actually, Lorelei clearly hung out in the Seafoam Islands, so if there was a gym leader for the Seafoam Islands, that'd be her. Bruno hung out in the mountains, probably like Mount Moon, or the Rock Tunnel. Agatha clearly is meant to represent Lavender Town. I don't know, maybe Lance is like Victory Road or something? Maybe that's it. It's less masters of a type and more like masters of a place. I don't know. I'm just spitballing at this point. But remember, Bug is strong against poison in this generation, so we're gonna put... Ha! You tried to eat my dreams, but you're the one that is sleeping, you fool! In this sense, and only this sense, I am a Gen 1er. I have always really liked the characters. Like, the Pokemon, sure, there are a lot of really cool ones, and it's very nostalgic, but I've always really liked the characters. Like, I have such a soft spot for Red and Blue, the entire Elite Four, all the gym leaders, everybody. I've always really liked all the characters. Even though I say I hate Blue, he's such a cheating, blah, 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 blah. But I really like him a lot. If I make it to old age, I definitely want to dress up as Agatha at anime cons. If there's still a thing, if cosplay is still a thing, I definitely want to do that because she seems fun. Yeah, I was surprised to look at my Elite Four team and discover that I had brought the Parasect out of retirement. That was interesting. My line of thinking was probably, I'm not going to use a Parasect in future generations, and I need something that can stand up against that Alakazam in particular. So that's probably my line of thinking there. You're doing your best, Gengar. It's not your fault that this gen sucks for you. And I'd like to point out that the smile is crooked from the eyes, and that's actually a really cool detail. Of course that's possible with a ghost. Ghosts are just kind of like that. So here we go. We're gonna fight Lance. You know, like I said, I know from future streams that no one died in my original attempt at the Elite Four. I don't know if I had any close calls. Here we go. He's so cool, but also such a dweeb. I can't imagine I had too much trouble with the Elite Four the first time. Obviously now I'm many levels higher than most of the Pokemon. Like, to be clear, if I lose anyone somehow in this Elite Four run, they don't count. Oh, I wasn't expecting that to one hit. Good job. Even easier to kill than the Dragonairs because of that flying subtype. And that was Lance. What? Blue beat the Elite Four before me. Who could have ever seen this coming? Here we go. Hi, buddy. You were looking forward to seeing me. Really now? Okay, stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking and fight me. Stop talking and fight me. Stop talking and fight me. I'm the most powerful trainer. He does have really cool music, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's a cheater, he's a jerk, but I love him. This is what I'm talking about when I say I'm such a Gen 1er, but only for the human characters. Don't get me wrong, I love a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon. Alright, here's this Alakazam, so let's get you in to do the one thing that I brought you here for. I am a little worried about getting cooked by Psychic, but I think it'll be fine. Oh wait, maybe this is what I brought Amaranth along for. And I know I said this already, but Exeggutor is so scary in Gen 1. Why are the heads so big? What are you doing? I, at this point, don't have a whole lot of witty commentary left in me. Two left. One of them is this cheating-ass Gyarados. Here we go. Revenge for my Ivysaur. F's in the chat. This is a recording. There is no chat. Good job. One last Pokemon left. Earthquake will not hit it because it's a flying type. I know this. I'll send it off with a Rock Slide. That did a surprising amount of damage, but, die. And that's it. Oh, I spoke too soon. Double kick? No, we are done. I have once again beaten Red version. I have overcome my rival again. So yeah, that's it. Once again, I'm done with my Red Nuzlocke. Having just gone through all of the footage that I had access to, I can say that the overall MVP for the entire run was definitely the Raticate. Like, the Raticate kept living and was so clutch and won so many battles for me. And these 6, of course, in future games, I cannot use these either, even though they didn't die. They are forever enshrined in the Hall of Fame and will not be able to be used in future playthroughs. Now, I'll be able to use a Magnezone, but I won't be able to use a Nidoqueen. I won't be able to use a Lapras, which Lapras is pretty rare in future generations anyway, and doesn't evolve. If they were gonna evolve it at any point, it would have gotten it already. Aerodactyl, also pretty rare in future generations, so I don't feel like that's a huge loss. Parasect, I like Parasect, but not a very good Pokemon, so not a huge loss there. And then, when am I ever gonna get access to a Dratini in a Nuzlocke? Never again. So yeah, I feel like these 6 were pretty good. They got me through the end of the game. They got me through the Elite Four. They'll be enshrined forever in the Hall of Fame. I lost 3 Pokemon. The Geodude was just bad RNG. The Ivysaur was cheating. I'll never forgive Blue for cheating. The Dugtrio was user error. That was, I'm very good at Pokemon. So good that I forget that flying types are immune to ground. Twice in a row, and get an entire Pokemon killed. But, anyways, plus the 3 I lost are forever unable to be used by me in any future games in this Nuzlocke series. So that's 9 Pokemon down going into blue version. And then blue version is going to be a bit of a special beast. I will talk at length about that at the beginning of the next video in the series, the blue Nuzlocke. But let's just say I lost a lot of footage. I don't know where it is. I wish I had it, but I lost a lot of footage, so I'm gonna have to get creative. Yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the red Nuzlocke. Stay tuned for blue version. Thank you for everything. Yeah. That's the end of the credits. Hi there. As always, thank you for watching. My red Nuzlocke might finally be over, but I hope you'll continue to watch my journey through Kanto as I start blue version next. If you want more, please like the video and subscribe. That would be amazing. And I want to thank everyone that has watched thus far, okay? See you next time. Bye!